All right, West Virginia fans, making national noise. Serious talent coming to Morgantown. I can't believe I'm even saying that. Admit, the West Virginia Mountaineers, they've been making some noise in the transfer portal. What do you think, man? What do you think about the initial thoughts of West Virginia and what's going on right now around our beloved West Virginia football program?
Yeah, I mean, they're making a splash right now. Obviously, I think I saw ninth in the portal rankings, which is awesome. I mean, after a couple quiet days, it's nice to see some gets, and it feels like every day we're seeing more and more additions who are going to, potentially make an immediate impact. So, exciting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So me and Amit, transfer portal never sleeps, even though there's a national championship game going on right now. Me and Amit wanted to get on here and talk some Mountaineers at halftime. So instead of watching whatever halftime entertainment they're providing you over at ESPN, thank you for joining the Jersey Ear Show with me and Amit so we can talk about our West Virginia Mountaineers. So if you're new to the channel, definitely like and subscribe to the show. We really appreciate it. We've been growing at a great clip recently, so we really appreciate it. But Amit, let's get into the exciting news that happened today with the West Virginia Mountaineers. So Amit, top 10 class question mark. So this is according to On3. You can see West Virginia's ranked number 9 right now, and you can see that we're in good company. Texas Tech, Indiana, Texas A&M, Louisville, Ole Miss, Houston, Virginia Tech, Wisconsin, and West Virginia. Now it is kind of confusing because I saw 24/7 had us in the 30s,
Yeah.
and On3 has us as number 9. But we'll take any great rating that we can get. Amit, just how impressive has this class been so far for the West Virginia Mountaineers?
Yeah, it's been extremely impressive. Obviously, guys who are highly touted out of high school as well, and I think guys who are going to make an immediate impact. And I think there are also a bunch of guys who fill needs within the team. Obviously, with some of the guys that transferred out, so I think there's intent as far as the guys are going for, and it's exciting to see.
So I got a couple comments I want to get to. Mr. John, he said, "Hi everyone." Hi, John. Appreciate you. You've been on here a while now, so we appreciate you. Edward Batten said, "We are killing it in the portal. We are a top 10 in the portal." Yep, and that's what we're talking about tonight is just the fact that we are making national noise. Now, the narrative around West Virginia has been that we can't spend the money. We can't compete in this era. And I think our fans believe that, but it would really offend me when other people would say it. It's kind of funny how that works, where like it's almost like someone talking bad about your like little brother. Like you might
Yeah.
know the truth to that, but when someone else talks bad about them, you have to defend yourself. So I've been hearing this for a long time that the death of West Virginia will never compete. But if you look a bit at our high school class and now this transfer portal class after about a week, we are definitely making some noise nationally.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've obviously made a splash on signing day, getting some, marquee guys, and now, in the portal as well. And, they have to hit on these guys as well, obviously this year, following, this past season. So I think they're making, some great waves as far as the guys that they're bringing in. And I think there's intent following, some of the needs that, the team needed to have.
Trey Edwards said Wes King, huge pickup. Don't worry, Trey. We're going to talk about him tonight because he's one of the reasons why this class is rated so high. So we'll definitely get to him as we do this tonight. So we're going to do a quick show tonight. We're going to try to get this squeezed in before the end of the halftime. That way you guys can enjoy the rest of the semifinal between two really good teams, Miami and Ole Miss. All right, Amit, let's talk about this thing. This is like the whole reason for the show tonight. This is the reason why I had to hop on here tonight. And that is the commitment of TaRon Manchild Francis, coming over from LSU. He's a 4-star. He's the highest rated player in the class, and he hasn't even played a snap yet. Amit, when I said this to you earlier, what was your initial thoughts?
I mean, just from the highlights, I was getting excited, man. I mean, I think he brings in great size. Obviously, he had some really good offers in coming out of high school, and then he was talking to a bunch of teams as well. I think there was a lot of interest for him, so I think he has the opportunity to make an immediate impact for West Virginia. Obviously, the third guy coming out of the portal as a receiver, and I'm excited to see. Anytime you get a guy coming out of LSU, I think it obviously brings a lot of excitement.
Do you have any flashbacks when you saw the LSU logo today to the 2011 LSU
Oh
game when
man.
College Game Day was here?
That was such a fun game, man. The atmosphere, I think that was the best atmosphere I experienced in college. I mean, just unbelievable. And that Claiborne return, it still gives me nightmares. So obviously tough start, but I mean, West Virginia got back into it and that place was on fire, man. And then that return. So but
That team was
assuming,
stacked. They had Tyrann Mathieu, Odell Beckham
yeah,
Jr. They were definitely stacked. So the cool thing about this guy, TaRon Manchild Francis, I should call him. Great
yeah,
nickname, by the way.
yeah.
His high school teammate John Johnson committed to West Virginia earlier with high school, and he's a high school quarterback that put up ridiculous numbers. They're from Edna Carr, Louisiana, which is the top high school in Louisiana. So Louisiana plays really solid football. So Rich Rod said he wanted to get down in the high school more often. And then we've been doing a lot of talking about this guy. Why don't we just show you his high school highlights? What do you say?
Do it.
All right. So again, you can see the man-child mantra here. Looks like he can high point the ball.
Yeah,
And like I said, the guy throwing to the ball to him, the coolest part about this is that he's also committed to West Virginia.
yeah. Great leaping ability.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Amit, based on his pedigree, wide receiver 1 next year? Is that too early? I know he hasn't done much in college yet, but is this guy the number 1 receiver in the room next year?
I think he has the potential to be. I mean, that room is going to be, I think, pretty open. So I think there's absolutely the potential for sure.
Absolutely. I just love these highlight videos, man. So much access, so much easier at our fingertips to get these now. Didn't
Yeah.
have any stats at LSU or anything, but you can see what he's doing in high school in Louisiana, and Louisiana is a very, very good high school state of football. Look at the get up here, man, and just the speed here. There's a reason why he was a 4-star coming out of high school.
Yeah, he had some major offers, big time offers. So obviously LSU is a major program, but I mean, he had his offer list was great.
Yeah, absolutely. And I obviously love this guy's tape. Obviously, I was giddy, man, once I saw this today come through, and I knew there was a good chance once I found out that John Johnson was his high school teammate. And you got to think that he has a chance to play right away, obviously, for West Virginia, just based on what's in that room right now.
Yeah.
So this is exciting, man. I mean, basically, he's a young guy. This is a 2025 class. So Rich Rod, you think about Kevin Brown and Matt Sig that we had in this year's class.
Yeah.
You bring this guy, it's a 4-star now from last year's class. Now all of a sudden, West Virginia's getting 4-star talent on campus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that breakaway speed, man. This guy is going to be a
Good
little
speed.
rocket screen action here.
Ooh. Yeah.
He just looks different. He just looks different than the type of receiver that we get on campus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looks like he has LSU colors in high school already, right?
The gold helmets. That's one of my favorite things about looking at high school highlights is seeing the different uniform combinations.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely appreciate it. Trey Edwards said from Jerry West enthusiast. What happened here? Hold on. I have a bunch of comments. Christian Moss, that's a Mitts boy. I put him on the show the one day. Christian Moss will visit WVU tomorrow. Kennesaw State receiver. Yeah, we showed him a few days ago. He's a nice receiver. I think he caught like 50 balls this past year. He can do a lot of different things. He has really nice size. I mean, you really liked him.
Yeah. I mean, if they can get him tomorrow, let's hope.
Edward Batten said, we will be able to win with Rich Rod and Allie. The doubters will doubt like they did the first time Rich and company was there. Yeah, this class just seems different, man. It really does. Last year's class just was very underwhelming, and I think everyone is juiced for football season. I think you're really starting to see that they're attracting talent. So
this group feels more like their type of guys, right? The culture, the hard edge, like you're seeing it like when you watch like the film and everything. So I think it resonates a little bit more.
Eric Flower said, is Scotty Fox still solid staying here? I don't like any speculation. I have no idea. I mean, like I said, Eric, you know as much as I do, man. I just I put these highlight videos together in my free time. I'm not an insider. I don't know. Maybe check the Rivals board or 24/7 or something like that. I have no idea. In my opinion, though, why would Scotty leave? You know what I mean? He's already, at worst, he's going to be quarterback 2 here. And you never know what the portal is going to give you. Why take the risk? You did some decent things. And I don't think that is just Hawkins' job right away. I think this is going to be a quarterback battle. Would you agree, Amit?
Yeah, I think, like we talked about the other day, it's going to be a good competition. And then, I think Scotty's proven himself enough in the second half of the season. So I don't foresee him going anywhere, but I mean, let's see. But I mean, I think it's a good competition. And, either one of those guys are capable of winning the.
We got a comment, TaRon, let's go. Yeah, let's go. I mean, we're excited, man. This is the whole reason I did the video. If we would have not had this commitment, I would have probably taken a night off. But after seeing the highlights, it was too good for the taking to not do something tonight. So we had to do something tonight. We'll get to the other comments in a little bit. Let's talk about another one that got me super excited, and that is Wes King, Amit, coming over from Wyoming, the Wyoming Cowboys, Cowboy up. Offensive guard, 6'5", 315. Amit, he's a 3-year starter. He has 33 starts under his belt, and he hasn't given up a sack in a single one of those stats. We beat out Kansas State and Texas for this guy. I think this guy will do. I think this guy will be good in Morgantown. What do you think, Amit?
Yeah, love the move here. Obviously, to beat out Texas, super impressive. I'm pretty sure he visited Texas not too long ago. So that's awesome when you beat out a program like that. Obviously, he has some good experience, and not allowing a sack is super nice after kind of the year we've had with the offensive line. So I think he fills a need, and excited to see him play.
Yeah, I think Tykees Crawford and Kimo Manakioli gave up sacks on the first play of the game. They would have beaten a streak pretty quickly. This is definitely a big get for West Virginia. I'm sure people are going to have questions about can he move up another level and do this, but at least this is a good move for West Virginia. We added another guy from Kansas State yesterday in Voss, so it seems like we have some good pieces. And we still have Livingston and Cray too, and then you have Kevin Brown. So. Yeah. You have 5 guys right off the top of your head that could be good. And then you have the Cam Griffin kid at Jack State that came on to visit earlier this week. So I think there's still a chance to get more guys. I would like to get us to 8 or 9 guys that you could possibly win with right away. But right now, man, I got a feeling that this room was a weakness last year, and I think it actually could be a strength this year.
I think it was the biggest need. I mean, obviously, like we talked about, I mean, you needed to get better, in the O-line. And I think they're addressing that right now, and they did so as well on signing day. So excited to see that room next year, and obviously, the improvement that we hope to see.
Trey Edwards 18 said, "Don't forget about Camden Goforth." Yeah, I mean that kid is so good at highlighting himself. He has a great highlight tape, man. He's a kid that gets it on social media and has really engaged with the fans. And his tape is very fun. Also, again, don't forget about our boy Rhett Morris.
Rhett Morris, right? Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, we can't. That's the thing. I always think about Rhett Morris when we start bringing guys in. Rhett Morris is from Don Bosco Prep, a commit. He's our first guest we've ever had as a player on here. So we love some Rhett Morris from Don Bosco Prep. So don't forget about him either. I know Camden Goforth's good, but hopefully, if in a perfect world, right, they can learn under these guys and don't. I really don't want to fresh. I mean, besides Kevin Brown, I think Kevin Brown has to start based on how much we probably paid him and how good his pedigree is. But in a perfect world, you'd want your freshmen to grow and not have to start right away and let guys like Wes King and Cray and Livingston and Voss take over for a year. And then after a year in the weight room and a year of seeing college defenders, then start. So Camden Goforth is definitely good. I think I really like the high school class in general. Goforth, him, Kevin Brown, the whole class is really, really solid. And then he said, reminds me of Wyatt Milam. Wyatt Milam, that's the one thing with West Virginia guys is we've had like an embarrassment of riches with offensive line in the last year. I know this year wasn't, but that's where Neal Brown deserves a little bit of credit, because that first year they were brutal too. They were really bad. I remember they played JMU, were getting pushed around a little bit, and they couldn't run the ball. But over time, they got a lot better. Now it was also very fortunate that you had guys like Wyatt Milam and Zach Frazier in your backyard that you can recruit. But
Doug Nestor,
yeah, I mean, you got 3 guys that are literally in the playoff this weekend. Yeah, so I think that's the cool thing too. I know people that are watching or that are from this actual state of West Virginia are very proud of their West Virginia kids, and you guys should be proud of those guys, especially Zach Frazier, man. I mean, Zach Frazier right now is on a tear, and he's probably the best the best person we have in the NFL right now. And I think he's going to have a long career in the NFL. So that's exciting. All right, Amit, let's get to the post of the night. So, fake Brad Howe. I love the real Brad Howe too. I love listening to Three Guys Before the Game. Those guys, they just they're must listen. Anytime I'm on a long car ride, I love catching their show. And so there's a fake Brad Howe. There's a fake Twitter account, and he's pretty funny. And I've seen his stuff a bunch. And he made post of the night, Amit. So after we got Wyoming offensive guard Wes King, he put out the Rich Rod. This wasn't the press conference. This was him talking to Pat McAfee, actually, after we got Kevin Brown. So we got Kevin Brown. He joined Rich Rod joined Pat McAfee's show. And he's like, we need this much to go. Yeah. And we got Kevin Brown. And Amit, do you think we're going to have any problem going this far this year based on what we have?
No, man. I think I'm excited, man. I think he's doing a great job from a recruiting standpoint, and it gets you pumped for next year for sure.
And you got to think they're going to have the whole offseason now with Rick Trickett. Yeah. I remember last year, like William Reed, he was a guy from Princeton that committed to West Virginia and then wanted to get his degree from Princeton, but never came to spring ball. It doesn't sound like that's going to be happening anymore. It sounds like these guys are going to be in the fold pretty soon. I think I actually I was teaching today, and one of the girls goes to West Virginia, and I'm like, when do you go back to school? And she said next week. So I think classes open up for West Virginia next week. So I think a lot of these guys that are committing and a lot of these kids that are the high school recruits, they're going to start class within like the next week. So they're going to get a chance to work with Rick Trickett and that staff pretty soon. And before you know it, Amit, it's going to be spring ball. And we're going to be talking about the Mountaineers soon.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, Matt, before we change gears, I think Post of the Night might be my newest favorite segment that we've been doing the last week. I always look forward to finding one. So if anyone's friends with the fake Brad Howe, definitely tweet him and let him know that he won the Jersey Ear Post of the Night because we like doing that. Amit, who's your favorite ad so far? So we've added 16 guys, I think, so far. We've added a variety of talent. Which one is Amit Batra's favorite ad that we've added so far?
Oh, that's a great question. Man, I mean, I like just having a need at quarterback. I think Hawkins is obviously fun for Rich Rod's system. I mean, just watching him. Obviously, there's a lot of guys that you can make an argument for, but I think just for next year, and if he does get the start, I mean, just watching his highlights, I think he fits in Rich Rod's system really well.
We have what up, fellow Mountaineers, and then Trey Edwards said that Alabama kicker has committed to West Virginia. Let me check Twitter right there for that. As I talk and check that, my favorite ad is going to be an obvious one, Cam Cook. I mean, first off,
that's true.
I love the running back position, and 1,600 yards led the nation. I mean, I was just bragging to people all week. How many times can we say to people, hey, by the way, we recruited the leading rusher in the nation. Yeah. Oh, and look, he has the most broken tackles since Cam Scadaboo and Ashton Genty. Oh, by the way, I was like, we have a top 10 recruiting class because a lot of times my one friend, he's a Penn State alumni. I work with him. He's my coworker, and he's always like, we got a 4-star, we got a 5-star. And then today I was like, oh, did you see on 3 today? We actually have a top 10 class. So I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling good about the West Virginia Mountaineers. Besides this one, I really like the kid from Memphis that we got. Yeah. I absolutely love that kid. I think he is very talented, and he's going to be the starting free safety. And I actually low-key love the UNLV kid that we got too. I think that kid, Podry, is really talented. So I think there's a lot to like here. I think most of the guys that we added are going to be contributors right away next year, and I'm really excited. And that too, Jameer Latimer. I mean, there's so many guys.
The linebacker room looks pretty fun for next year too, with the addition that they brought in.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Tyler Stolsky is going to wear that big club. I think he was injured this year, I read. So, unfortunately, I don't think he's bringing the club, but I think he'll bring the neck roll. Yeah. So, that'll be cool. Maybe he'll bring the Florida Atlantic weather with him. Maybe he'll do that to Morgantown. But it should be a fun thing. We're not done yet. I think there's going to be places, still places to add. I think there's still some positions to add. I really am intrigued by this kid from Iowa. that is visiting today, Cohen Ettinger. He's a very talented guy, so I'm definitely interested to see what happens with the rest of the portal. All right, Mehmet, before we kind of end the show, the North Texas Mountaineers. So we obviously knew about Jahiem White for a day now. They added Jason Cross to the team. So Jason Cross didn't play much for West Virginia, but talented guy who's going to North Texas with Neal Brown. And then how about this one, Amit? Johnny Williams going from the SEC, and now he's going to team up with old Neal Brown again at North Texas.
Yeah, I mean, you had a feeling that Neal Brown was going to bring in, obviously, some of the guys from West Virginia, and I think I was pretty surprised with Jahiem, probably more than anything. I mean, I thought maybe he would go down a level, but I thought he was also capable of going to another Power Four, conference, Power Four team. So, I memean, I think Neal's doing a good job, pretty quickly here. So, yeah, wish them the best.
Absolutely. So, North Texas, that they'll be must-watch TV. For sure. I think a lot of West Virginia fans will be tuned into that one. It looks like the second half's about to kick off, so we'll try to run through these quick so we can get back to the games. I don't want to hold you guys. Real quick, Rodney Gallagher looks like he's going to be visiting Arizona. Just quick thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough to see him go to another Big 12 team, but I mean, obviously he was like we talked about the other week. I mean, very loyal to the program, obviously through a couple coaching staffs as well. So, local kid, you wish him the best. Obviously, you kind of wish he, was able to produce a little bit more. But I mean, he was extremely loyal to the program, and wish him the best moving forward.
I have a question for you, Amit. Would you rather see him go to another Big 12 school that is going to be on the schedule next year, or would you rather see him go up the road to Pitt?
Big 12 school.
I think so too. I think so too, because he's so likable. He's so likable, and you want to root for. That's the thing I think with these guys for the most part. For most of them, I mean, I think some people are upset with Cam Vaughn and Curtis Jones Jr. with what happened yesterday, but I think most of these guys are pretty they're pretty easy to root for when you talk about like Rodney, Gallagher, Nicco, and Jahiem, and they're guys that stuck around for a long time. So I think people will be rooting for them in the long game. So good luck to Rodney Gallagher. I hope you don't go to a Big 12 school. I don't know. Go to like Wisconsin. That's where Hammond Russell went today. So go there.
We had the Wisconsin West Virginia trade.
Yeah, go to Wisconsin. Go to go to Rutgers. Yeah, go to Rutgers. They can go watch you if you go to Rutgers.
Yeah.
Right? Don't go to the Big 12 because, as you can see, we're going to play next year then. So real quick before we talk about DJ Lagway, these are the future opponents for West Virginia the next 2 years: 2026, Arizona, Cincinnati, Houston, Kansas, Oklahoma State, Iowa State, TCU, Texas Tech, Utah, and then 2027, you see the teams there. So we won't see DJ Lagway next year. We'll see him possibly in 2027. Amit, how big of a get was this for Baylor today?
Yeah, I thought it was a nice guy. Obviously, we talked about him going to Virginia and, having interest with Virginia. But, I think it's a nice addition for Baylor. Obviously, though, I think he also took a step back kind of this past season. I mean, 14 interceptions is kind of a little bit alarming, right? So, I mean, if he can control the turnovers, obviously, he has talent. But, I think he would want that number to be lower, of course.
Yeah, so Trey Edwards, I see what you're saying now. You said Jerry West enthusiast said that the Alabama kicker committed. Haven't seen anything official on that yet, so I won't react to it yet. I'm sure that guy's that for a burner account, he's been pretty locked in and has called a lot of them. So I know that that's probably going to happen. So we'll take anyone with the name Alabama. When I think Alabama, West Virginia receivers, I think of TJ Simmons.
Yeah.
He was a really productive player. Amit, do you have the TV on right now? Can you see this game, or am I blocking you from seeing the TV right now?
No, I got it on.
I was gonna say, you see Malachi Tony with the catch. So I'm gonna make sure
he's unbelievable.
If we go over a little bit tonight, I don't want to hold you, Amit.
No.
Yeah, I think DJ Lagway instantly becomes a top tier starter in the Big 12. Obviously, had a little bit of a rough year though this year. He throws a lot of interceptions.
Yeah,
he definitely throws a lot of interceptions. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Ooh, Carson Beck. Ooh, incomplete. I wonder if I'm a little ahead of you or not. All right, that's all I got. If anyone has anything else, let us know. Tosh Miller said we need some pass rushers. Yeah, there's one that is visiting right now. I don't want to say who he is because it's on a message board, and I never want to be the guy that gives out information behind a paywall. And because that's almost like stealing, right? So there is a dude who's on campus right now who I'm sure you're going to see soon that is a pass rushing edge specialist that's visiting possibly tonight. So keep your eyes on that. I'm not going to say who it is because it's not my right to say who it is. But if West Virginia got him, and I think West Virginia has a really good chance of getting him, we'll talk about him possibly on a future show. So Tosh Miller, appreciate you, man. I know you've been here for a long time. I mean, any final parting words as we get people ready to watch the second half? Who you got in the second half?
I mean, I like Miami, like we kind of talked about yesterday. I mean, it was an entertaining first half. I mean, Lacey, I thought obviously his health is going to be a big factor in the second half, but he obviously broke one. But man, Tony's just incredible talent. But I think Ole Miss O-line, I mean, they're doing a pretty good job. Like Mesidor and Bain have not gotten to Trinidad probably as much as they want to. But Trinidad, I mean, I don't know. He hasn't looked that great. He should have had the one pick. I mean, he almost threw an interception, but the offense for Ole Miss really hasn't, beat them that bad.
Eric Flowers is comic relief. He said Miami -5. All right, I'll be rooting for you. I'll be watching that. Hopefully, no bad beats tonight for you, Eric. Listen, guys. Again, I really appreciate you guys coming on here and spending your halftime with us. And I don't want to hold you guys anymore because I know you guys want to watch this game. We'll put out something soon. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow at halftime, or maybe after the Kansas game, or if news breaks anytime after that, we'll talk. So I really appreciate you guys again. It's been fun. Jersey ear out. We appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of the games.